What's up guys, Derek, moreplacemordates.com. Today we're going to be talking about a rabbit hole I was not expecting to go down tonight at all. This thread, a bunch of people tagged me in a few posts related to it, as well as this thread itself was brought to my attention by many people. It looks like it's really popping off in the subreddit. Woman peeing all over the gym every time she deadlifts. And I was like, that's kind of a fucking standout thread for sure. Like, what is going on here? Is this a normal thing? Why is it allowed? Who cleans up after her? You're required to have a sweat towel. Shouldn't you wear diapers? Question mark. What is the name of the gym? Squirt Fitness. So I was like, what the fuck is this dude? So I went to the Instagram link. It is IFBB Pro Hunter Henderson, presumably women's bodybuilding for WBB, 4 times ATWR holder, presumably personal records at 165 pounds. And I saw it here, I was like, like, first of all, she's jacked as fuck. Obviously is an elite athlete because she is a top IFBB pro. Actually, I don't know what her placement is in the women's bodybuilding division, but I mean, she's like, I don't know what, like the fucking Stan Efferding of females, essentially. So anyways, like the first post in the feed, I'm like, I see this puddle of what I thought was sweat here at first, and then I was like, wait a minute, the fucking title of the thread. So I'm watching, I'm like, god damn, I was kind of fucking speechless, as you see, you probably are too. Great top set tonight with 524 pounds, followed by some down sets with 463. Came up short again this week on my block pills. Moved on to some pause squats with the transformer bar. Pause squats make me happy, so I quickly forgot about my shitty block pull. LOL. So she is urinating in the middle of the set, which is something I have personally never seen before. In the comment section, you need diapers, dude. Are you pissing? What the fuck? Now, after digging into this for longer than I was expecting, this is apparently a lot more common than many of us have probably thought. The replies, she does not seem to censor the replies. She's like pretty fucking open about her stuff and is like, I guess I can imagine at this point quite frustrated with the amount of times, like, it's pretty obvious what is happening. But like, the people will obviously comment, you know, people like you, if you put this on the internet, you would expect a response in some capacity with people outside of your niche to be a bit more like, what the fuck did I just witness? Fariz, right, if you know you're gonna piss everywhere, just wear a fucking diaper. What the fuck? She says, yikes, hope you don't talk to your wife and baby girl like that. Further down in the comment section, like, she could easily just delete these comments and block these people. Are you pissing? What the fuck? Yep. How hard is it to go to the bathroom beforehand? LMAO. I go to the bathroom 2 to 3 times during training. So to answer your question, not hard at all. Please go to a pelvic floor PT. This will help you move even more weight in the long term and avoid further issues. So, like, I imagine y'all complaining about how unhygienic this is. That platform is probably cleaned more often and thoroughly than anything you've ever lifted on. What, are you peeing? If you can't hold it, you need diapers. She says, you're 16. You need diapers. Crying, laughing face. You also poof yourself during lifts. Nope, I have a strong butthole, but not bladder. It's called stress urinary incontinence. I can't control it. I just hope this is a very private gym. Just let me how you can't control the haters and the mental midgets. Keep doing your thing. You're a queen. Queen! Fucking exclamation mark. So the first thing, to be honest, it reminded me of was the squatting 680 clip from Tiny Meat Gang. This is like a fucking OG clip, and like, just Noel. This is something that for men, like, I don't know, I'm sure many of you guys have had like a heavy max out at some point where you're like, damn, did I just like shit myself, or did I fart, or like whatever. Like, I've had a nosebleed mid-set before from ridiculously high blood pressure, being on D-ball and being like fucking water bloated out of my mind. And this skit they were doing is like it literally just like nostalgia kicked in. Anyways.
Oh God!
I can't breathe. Holy shit.
Dude, everyone in the gym
Holy fuck.
drops the weights. They're just like cowered in one corner. Like, what the absolute fuck just happened?
So all jokes aside, she's obviously, willing to take the heat and, not just delete the comments, block the people, and is willing to make make light of the situation. And evidently, this is not a concern for the guys in the gym. Like, all the guys are just standing here, not concerned whatsoever, even when she's pissing on the mat right in front of them. There's another comment here. She mentions, this doesn't happen to anyone but you. And then she says, wrong. LOL, you never ate Chipotle and braised too hard in the hole. I didn't know that was a thing. Learn something new every day. Throw a couple 100 pounds on the bar and give it a try. Great times. People are confused why you take no steps to make less of a mess in the gym. Or am I in my own bubble thinking that? Surely a little courtesy when it comes to urinating on the gym equipment could be appreciated. What planet am I on? So apparently, there has been steps to try and, mitigate it, but it fucks with your lift. And what would I know on these insane world record fucking attempts, essentially, how much a diaper impairs your fucking range of motion or whatever. I don't know. I don't know this stuff. Just I feel like after looking into this, I feel like I had, as many of you probably had, no idea how prevalent this was. Here she has her, teammates or people that are, regulars at the gym. They're all filming, presumably. I see this chick in the back here with a camera. This chick has a camera out. She's watching intently. All these guys are watching. And she's going for last heavy deadlift of my prep for the Kern US Open. I'm beyond excited to measure. And it is a pretty hectic one. She's smiling and shaking her head. Because of the crazy lift or because she urinated. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know if they actually think this is funny or don't give a fuck or they make light of it. This is completely baffling to me that this even happened. And that's why I was even going down this odd rabbit hole to begin with. And it turns out it's actually a lot more prevalent than you would think. Stress, urinary incontinence is highly prevalent in recreationally active women attending gyms or exercise classes. Data were collected on the frequency and severity of incontinence and the prevalence of SUI risk factors, stress urinary incontinence, which apparently is what she actually has. I saw this clip from Mark Bell's podcast dealing with negative comments and odd requests online. She kind of gets into, you can imagine the kind of shit that comes into her inbox when she's willing. She could not publish these, obviously, and just show up to meets and, do her thing and not have people really know, but she's obviously wants to log her progress, I guess, and doesn't think I don't know, people who are in the niche and in the know don't seem too concerned about it. And then people who are outside the niche see this, are I guess justifiably so, what the fuck, are you pissing yourself? And then she has to essentially educate them or tell them that this isn't the page for you if you don't want to see that shit.
I have always kind of thought, these people, they don't know me. They don't know my life. They don't know my story. Their opinion means nothing. Mm-hmm. I've never understood why people get so worked up about stuff online. It would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to get really upset over what people say to me online. But with
so in social media, especially if you're a bodybuilder whose physique is being judged by the entire fucking planet, if you're somebody who is in a subjective sport based on aesthetics entirely, if you're somebody who's posting physique updates of your near naked physique, or you're posting, lifts to show off your personal records and stuff, you're inviting all corners of the fitness industry essentially to either look up to you in some context or to critique you or to, just witness whatever you're publishing. And if you're publishing yourself maxing out and deadlifting and also urinating, accidentally, you got to have a pretty thick skin, obviously. Anybody on social media in general, this should not be something you do if you can't handle criticism very well, because it'll fucking get to you, dude.
Bodybuilding, it actually got worse. My message request folder is a scary place to be.
How so? How so? I want to know.
There are some freaks out there.
I'm still hanging on.
Freaks. I'm people want to buy my underwear. They want to buy my shoes. They want me to squeeze them and yell at them. And
So how much money? What are we charging?
What's the wait list look like right now?
I have not capitalized on those opportunities yet.
It's fucking wild. Some of the requests chicks get. Like there was some streamer, I think her name is like Amaranth, is her username, and she's like selling her farts in a jar, and people are buying them, and they're like literally reacting to them live on camera. Like there was the bathwater thing with that. I don't know her fucking name. Pink-haired chick, looks like an anime character or whatever. And then there's the most recent one, this Amaranth, who like kills it on OnlyFans. She has like a Twitch following, YouTube channel, massive following, and then if that's not enough, you gotta, crank the fucking revenue by selling your goddamn farts.
Come on, stop being such a pussy. All right, we huff it and we kiss. Deal.
No, it's good. Rich is going for a second sniff.
Dude, how crazy is that? That was awesome. Dreams do come true. It's the Phil Hartman.
You can talk to Michael Trent. He can lead you in the right direction.
Okay.
He's still selling his underwear.
And so I actually I have SUI, stress urinary incontinence, and people cannot wrap their heads around that. They're like so like mind blown when they see like the video of me deadlifting and thank you so much.
Look at that.
You're so
Service
nice.
with a
What's
smile.
your name?
Special guest.
That's Owen.
Owen, nice to meet you. They like cannot wrap their head. They're like, did she just pee? Like, yeah. Or they'll ask if I just had an orgasm on the platform. Like, just yeah, totally.
Like I really love lifting weights.
Squirt on that platform? Ew.
You're like maybe. That's extra.
Honestly.
When you're so that just mainly happens when you're lifting something really heavy.
Yeah,
It happens
yeah.
to a lot of women, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's very prevalent in women, and it can even happen with men. Actually, it's just that I've always had it. I would run track in high school, and I would like finish a race, and it would happen. It's just I just accepted it, and it's just what my body does.
you just get a lot of comments about it.
A lot. I never in my life would have imagined that I would talk to so many strangers about pee
Yeah.
online. Like I never would have imagined.
Well, the
that.
other women probably appreciate that you
They do.
even show the video
Yeah.
and that you talk about it because they're probably like, shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit's happening to me sometimes too, right?
Yeah. I get a lot of women, and it makes my heart happy when women send me those messages and they're like, "Hey, like you empower me to like deadlift heavy and not care about this," and they'll ask me for advice, and that makes my heart really happy when women like reach out and tell me stuff like that.
Yeah, so to me, I was like, shit, dude, like how that's wild that it's even prevalent at all. I thought this was basically like, perhaps it's the prevalence is, the severity is exacerbated by the weight because she is literally doing world record level poundages essentially, and you can imagine the pressure accumulating and the likelihood that you're going to urinate or like literally fucking spontaneously combust and shit yourself, barf, fucking like bleed out your eyes. Like we've seen some wild shit, dude. I've seen bodybuilders or powerlifters like bleeding out of their goddamn eyes from high blood pressure during a deadlift. I've seen bodybuilders puke. I've seen bodybuilders have severe nosebleeds that's like projectiles shooting out of their face. I've even had the nosebleed to myself, not to that extent though. Fortunately, have not shit myself yet, knock on wood. So anyway, circling back to the study, it was measuring how prevalent this really is. 361 women aged 18 to 83 who attended exercise classes or gyms in Western Australia were surveyed. Not really a lot of data on this that I could find. Perhaps there's more and I'm just overlooking it, but it said nearly half reported stress urinary incontinence. And I was like, shit, like that seems way higher than you would think. I would not have expected that. The majority of whom slight or moderate leakage. 96% reported at least one stress urinary incontinence risk factor, with the mean being 2.7. Almost all women surveyed have heard of pelvic floor muscle exercises, but only 15.2% of participants were screened for pelvic floor muscle dysfunction in a fitness appraisal. 43% reported that a fitness instructor cued pelvic floor muscle activation during a workout. Less than 1 in 10 of the women surveyed had heard of the pelvic floor first initiative. Urinary incontinence is common in women attending gyms or exercise classes, but is rarely screened for. More education is required to encourage fitness leaders to screen exercise participants and to provide pelvic floor muscle friendly modifications. So again, if you're like a world record deadlifter, like what's the workaround? Like the diaper thing, but then it might fuck up your life. Like, I don't know, man. But ultimately, it seems like this is something that is essentially unavoidable for some people, more than I would have expected. And perhaps it's just the level of intensity that most women are training at is not like it's, I don't know, it's like a more rare niche to have like powerlifting women than men who are doing Olympic lifts in the gym, or at least I think it's becoming more proportional actually nowadays. But I mean, you know, for a while people would see it as like a manly endeavor or whatever, and they didn't want to, you know, develop too masculine features, when you soon find out as a woman it's more like it's physically fucking impossible to be a natural female and to end up with like masculinization from lifting weights. Like, it's just not how it works. You don't like 10x your fucking test levels when you do a deadlift. So I don't know, like segregating the gym into male and female, and then educating women when they come in, I guess, that like this is the female section. You know, we're aware that this is a prevalent issue among females, and you know, like, don't feel embarrassed or whatever if this is something that happens to you. This is a section of the gym that is, I don't know, like fucking wiped down like meticulously to ensure that it is sterile and like good to go, and you can like feel good about it and like bring a towel. Like, I don't know, like obviously this is something that it's not like she's just going to public gyms and like goddamn like shitting on the equipment, which is I think what some people are assuming in the comment section. And like, I guess it's I have like some sympathy for the fact that she can't control it at all. Like, that's fucking, that sucks. If you're a top elite athlete, but the thing you enjoy the most makes you can't even show it off to the world because you know you're going to get critiqued about the fact that you have uncontrollable pissing episodes, essentially. It's like, do I not, like, social media is such a big part of this whole fitness thing now, the whole fitness industry, that you're pretty much forced to post about what you do. So it's like, if you're like literally an elite deadlifter and that's like one of the main things you do, it's like, I don't know, do you just post like your upper body and then avoid the criticism and people don't see it? Or do you just, you know, roll with the punches and accept that you're going to get a lot of hate and whatnot, and just fucking deal with it, which is presumably what's happened. And I guess more people are finding it, and it's kind of like picking up virality in some contexts, because I guess most women probably would never put this shit on the internet to begin with. So it's pretty ballsy of her to do that and to just own it like that. And I'm going to assume that she has thoroughly vetted the gym she's at, and everyone there is totally fine with it. Because yeah, it would be fucked up if you were just pissing on stuff and no one liked it. Like, imagine going to a public gym and just like wiping your goddamn like sweaty ass on the equipment, not wiping it down after, sweating on stuff, like basic gym hygiene. And then also above and beyond that, like, I finish on the bench press and I just like get up and I don't know, left a puddle of, I don't know, urine and shit there, and it's just like, go ahead, you know, or I just wipe it off and I don't like meticulous, like actually not even like, even if you wiped it down, it's like, obviously it's fucked up regardless still. But that's where the actual understanding of this is like gym etiquette 101, obvious stuff. You would, if you even had an issue that was involuntary and you couldn't help it, you would try to find the most accepting environment, to a point where if it was not, there didn't one exist, you'd lift at home. Because if people aren't comfortable with you, you know, pissing on the stuff, then that's just something you're gonna have to deal with and like make your own like makeshift way to work out that doesn't, you know, make other people severely uncomfortable, you know, working out around you. But it seems like she's found an accepting environment of this stuff because everyone's like quite supportive. It's like overwhelmingly majority support in her comment section, which is presumably what this niche is. They understand that a lot of things can go awry when you are lifting fucking 600, 700, 800, whatever pounds. And something like this, which is so prevalent in women, is like at the hyper extreme likelihood of occurring when you are doing the hyper extreme amount of weight that is inducing like intra-abdominal pressure and like all this kind of stuff. So, you know, like even when I did my video on nausea from leg day, like one thing I forgot to mention in that video, which is like, there were so many random things. And by the way, really good comment section on that video about people giving their own insight on what causes the nausea on leg day. But it's like a lot of people puke on leg day, and some of it is like the belt being super fucking tight, among other things that were in the comment section that were really good. And again, this is something that's kind of like a side effect of this, well, you know, all the things that occur that, you know, contribute to it, of course, that I don't want to gloss over, like all the fucking great comments that were in that video, as well as the things that I mentioned too in that video that I think all are culminating to make it like the most brutal workout for most people in terms of nausea inducing. But I get like headaches from that workout occasionally, significant nausea to the point of like almost being sick. But if I was literally puking, like I would not be, you know, at a public gym. That's where you would go either train at some hardcore gym that doesn't care and no one there gives a fuck, you know, what happens, and you've, you know, vetted it beforehand and made sure that it's okay. Or you would do it at home. Like, again, I think it's gym etiquette 101 and pretty obvious that like this is probably like something she's dealt with for like a very, very long time, and she's come to terms with, you know, making sure that everyone around her is supportive of it, or else like she's not gonna do it. Like, of course, I was as baffled as anybody that she doesn't even have like a fucking towel under her. But obviously these people don't care. They're like literally chilling her, filming her, supporting her, you know, cheering her on, smiling when she like pisses all over the mat and hits a PR. Like everyone's stoked. Like no one cares literally at all. And obviously this is like a hardcore lifting gym. You've got like the Elite FTS banner on the side. Never strong enough, as you're like, it's never strong enough on your fucking tank as a chick, you know, like doesn't get more fucking power lifter than that, bro. So anyways, that is the weird rabbit hole I was not expecting to go down, but apparently I fucking learned something too. A lot of women, they probably think they're fucked up when they first have this happen. Like, can you imagine if you just like piss yourself one day, you're like, oh my, it's like the equivalent of you thinking you're like a non-developed child. You're like pissing the bed or something. Like if you piss while you're exercising and say, wow, can I not even control my bladder? But apparently this is more common than you'd think. So I don't know, I guess education around the movement and more people being willing to discuss it openly is the only way to like normalize that it actually happens. Cause I was like, damn, like this is never something, I've never seen it in real life. So what would you expect? You know, you would expect this to be the most obscure thing ever, but evidently perhaps not. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What's some of the, worst gym etiquette you've seen? People not, you know, being considerate of others, and what is, what's some like unspoken things that you think everyone should acknowledge when working out in a public gym? And at what point, where's the line where it's like, you got to go to a private gym and like make sure they're good with this shit? People who superset on like fucking 4 machines. Like there's a lot of like crossing the line things that I think would warrant like, you know, you should probably not be in the public gym, bro. So anyway, some of those comments would be probably entertaining and help the algorithm. So contribute. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All the comments help the algorithm. Much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram at MorePlaceMoreDates, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, couple podcasts. Subscribe here too. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.